Amidst the misty shroud of the towering mountains, there lies a realm that feels as though it only exists in fairyland. Where sheer cliffs are breathed to life by colossal Buddha statues wearing serene smiles that have endured for centuries. Stepping onto the white, arched bridges perched precariously between heaven and earth, you will find yourself utterly small before the grandeur of nature and this one-of-a-kind spiritual masterpiece. Leave all your worries behind and begin your journey to touch the legend today. A hidden mountain village completely cut off from the world. Human will created a path. Until 1972, the only way out was 720 steep, slippery, dangerous stone steps. That was it. Today, you can still touch the rough marks they left. It makes you realize how small our daily problems are. Bridges transcend their basic function when designed with inspiration and vision. Shanghai's remarkable Nanpu Bridge redefined this concept. Its entry ramp features a massive 420-meter diameter spiral design that guides vehicles upward through thrilling dramatic curves. An impressive H-shaped cable tower supports over 120,000 vehicles daily. As drivers ascend the spiral pathway, the Huangpu River and Shanghai's magnificent skyline progressively unfold across 360 degrees, creating an unforgettable experience. Completed in 1991, it became Shanghai's first modern large-scale bridge, a symbol of transformation and possibility. This ingenious design conserves precious ground space by reaching skyward instead. Here, the simple act of crossing a bridge becomes an experience worth remembering forever. No engine sounds, no phone signals, just the sound of an old stream flowing. Looking from far away, the village looks like ancient military buildings, not homes. Thick stone walls covered in moss, local stone building methods. Everything feels strong. Old wooden buildings under forest canopy look primitive and beautiful. Ryukyu isn't for tourists taking check-in photos, it's for people trying to find themselves again. This village's isolation is its greatest treasure. It filters out 21st century noise and keeps only the purest human and nature connection. Human desire to reach skyward never diminishes or falters. Shanghai Tower reaches 632 meters skyward across 128 magnificent floors, twisting gracefully as it penetrates clouds. Just the foundation work required pouring concrete for 63 consecutive hours, 78,000 cubic meters of it, establishing a world record through sheer determination and engineering excellence. The twisting design cuts wind force by 24%, representing engineering solutions rather than mere decoration. Double wall construction functions like a giant thermos, dramatically reducing cooling expenses. 9 sky gardens introduce breathing vegetation throughout this vertical city, bringing nature and human space into harmony. Nighttime transforms the tower into a glowing sculpture through smart lighting systems. This transcends typical skyscraper construction. It constitutes an actual city suspended in the sky, reaching toward infinity. Beneath ordinary-looking ground, a completely different living space hides. From above, it just looks like flat fields, farms and trees. No houses, no walls. Fields and trees, that's all you see. No buildings, no walls anywhere. Walk a few steps further, and suddenly the ground opens into deep square holes. Then you realize people live below your feet. To enter, you squeeze through narrow, dark, steep tunnels. You're moving through space, but it feels like moving backward through time. Villages built into riverbed depths, never flooded once. Ancient well digging and water removal methods made this possible. The surface shows no life. Deep below, life quietly continues. Beside rivers, giant lotus flowers appear to bloom slowly and magnificently. Hangzhou's Big Lotus Stadium seats 80,000 within a lotus-shaped structure beside Qiantang River. 28 metal petal pairs form the roof gracefully. Parametric design reduced steel consumption by 67% compared to Beijing's bird's nest, proving beauty does not necessitate waste or excess. It hosted 2023 Asian Games with distinction. Nighttime LED programming transforms petals into light shows. A glowing riverside lotus serves as the city's most beautiful sight, even without competitions happening. Borrowing form from nature and using technology for animation represents how China approaches architectural beauty responsibly. Deep valleys and northern Xinjiang forests hide Hemu. It looks like time stopped here. The first thing you see are Dengquang wooden houses. Logs stacked horizontally make crude-looking but incredibly strong buildings. Pointed roofs let heavy snow slide off. They create the village's unique shape. No concrete, no modern glass, no steel. Everything colored by time. Pine resin scent floats through air. These buildings look like they grew from the ground naturally. Deserts once represented hopelessness and emptiness to most people. Yet in the heart of the Gobi, a transformation occurred. Over 12,000 magnificent mirrors now stretch across the sand, creating an endless shimmering expanse that glows with silver light. As the sun rises, these mirrors pivot in perfect unison toward the horizon, and the entire desert comes alive with undulating waves of brilliant light, a symphony of human ambition and natural power combined. This remarkable 100-megawatt facility harnesses sunlight by concentrating it into a single powerful point, heating molten salt in the central tower beyond 537 degrees Celsius. The stored thermal energy then powers generators even after darkness falls. Even when night blankets the Earth, this desert never stops generating electricity for the world. The most unforgiving landscape transformed into the most abundant energy source imaginable. This teaches us that mastery belongs not to those who conquer nature, but to those who understand it most deeply. The desert stands as living testimony to this profound truth. This feels more like a place nature hid as a giant secret than a normal village. From above, Zagana looks like a huge basin surrounded by sharp limestone cliffs, like a god's axe carved them. In Tibetan, Zagana means stone box. It used to be a completely closed world. To reach it, you follow winding mountain paths with bottomless drops on one side and vertical walls on the other. When clouds cover the peaks, The village floats like an island between clouds and rocks. Explorer Joseph Rock called it Eden in the 1920s. Seeing it yourself, you know he wasn't exaggerating. Crossing water has always represented humanity's greatest engineering challenge. This magnificent bridge spans 55 kilometers across the South China Sea, one of mankind's most audacious maritime structures. The project consumed 420,000 tons of steel, enough to construct 60 Eiffel Towers. Engineers designed this extraordinary structure to endure for 120 years, standing resolute against the relentless forces of nature. It can withstand direct collision from 300-ton cargo ships. Cable towers, submarine tunnels, and artificial islands function as one unified, sophisticated system. This engineering marvel reduced what once took hours into a mere 45-minute journey, reconnecting millions of lives. 9 years of determined construction culminated in 2018, when 3 cities became unified as one. China demonstrated to the world what large-scale visionary thinking truly accomplishes. Some places etch themselves into memory through feelings before images. Walking into Wuyuan villages like Huangling or Liking, overwhelming quiet hits immediately. Many villages back against mountains, facing small streams. Going deeper requires narrow, winding paths. Modern speed hits the old bamboo forest and stops dead. The important thing isn't isolation itself, it's how people turned harsh geography into a life method, an art. Steep slopes and no flat land show nature's powerful adaptation and survival strength. The violent ocean presents a paradox. Its powerful waves harbor infinite and courageous renewable energy within. Hundreds of white turbines now stand majestically across the East China Sea, rotating steadily above the waves. Each blade measures 170 meters in length. Imagine structures so vast, they harvest the ocean winds slowly but powerfully, converting nature's fury into precious electricity for millions. Massive steel foundations drive deep into ocean floors, standing completely unmoved against storms and surging tides. This single wind farm supplies electricity to over 1 million households annually, while reducing carbon emissions by millions upon millions of tons, a victory for both people and planet. The ocean no longer represents merely an obstacle for development. For China, the ocean has become a fertile energy field, brimming with limitless potential, waiting to be responsibly harvested. Even as the world speeds up, some places keep old structures and stay outside time's flow. Expressways and fast trains brought the region closer, but Liaoxing keeps its independent structure. Five giant towers point north as symbols of 5 regions. Like wooden satellites, they reach sky and connect community while showing Liaoxing's symbol. Looking down steep mountainsides, the village hides in a green valley like a dark maze. As one of China's biggest and most beautiful ancient villages, geographic isolation protected it from fast modernization waves. For primitive remote places, this is the answer. The Yellow River sustained Chinese civilization for thousands of years while simultaneously challenging and transforming it. Xiaolangdi Dam represents humanity's bold answer to nature's most powerful force. Standing 154 meters tall, and stretching 1,667 meters across, it finally channels a river carrying 1.88 billion tons of sediment annually. The reservoir capacity could fill 5 million Olympic swimming pools, an incomprehensible quantity representing safety and security. When the dam gates open, witnesses describe a moment of pure awe. A tremendous golden column of water shoots skyward with such force and majesty that the boundary between fear and wonder completely disappears in that single breathtaking instant. The $5 billion investment protects millions of lives from nature's unpredictable forces. Rather than conquering the river, humanity negotiated a new partnership with it, creating harmony through understanding and respect. Some waterways don't cross space. They flow through time itself. For almost 800 years, tiny Hongkong streams slowly pass every house. Today, they keep the same quiet life rhythm. Residents say water never dries. Crystal clear water stays the life source and cooling system wrapping the whole village. Walking narrow alleys, flowing water sounds blend with moss-covered white walls, creating perfect background music. Moon Pond holds viewer attention longest. This crescent-shaped lake sits at village center. Early morning, when mist hasn't lifted the water, becomes a giant mirror reflecting surroundings perfectly. Swallowtail roofs reflect perfectly in water. Everything feels so quiet that breathing feels risky. Certain stretches of water exist too vast for ordinary crossing. They demand architectural courage and innovation. The Hangzhou Bay Bridge stretches an impressive 36 kilometers, claiming the title of world's longest sea bridge upon completion. The S-shaped design represents pure engineering genius, not mere aesthetics. Curved roads maintain driver alertness better than straight ones ever could, keeping consciousness and attention alive throughout the journey. Massive tidal waves reaching 8 meters frequently crash against bridge supports, yet the structure holds firm. Engineers drove steel pilings 80 meters deep into the seabed, anchoring this vision permanently. An artificial island at the bridge's midpoint offers travelers a place to pause and contemplate the boundless ocean. Travel time collapsed from 4 hours into just 2. This $1.5 billion achievement literally rewrote the map, proving that engineering genuinely reshapes human geography and destiny. Some places separate from the world not by geography, but by order that even time must follow. Village Center holds a Taiji-shaped Zhongji pond balancing yin and yang. 8 paths spread like invisible rivers from this calm water, connecting 8 mountains, creating perfect but inescapable circular structure. Getting lost here is destiny, not chance. Repeated alleys erase direction, slowly drawing people gently into the maze until even starting points disappear. Seven centuries, this structure blocked invading threat while protecting different life pace. Even with tourism, Bagua refuses speed, as if modernity doesn't apply here. This remarkable facility operates with remarkable absence of visible human activity throughout its operations. Shanghai's Yangshan port, on an offshore artificial island, represents automation's glorious future. Hundreds of robotic vehicles move containers with millimeter-level precision continuously. Massive cranes function perpetually without rest, processing vessels in perfect synchronization. Silence replaces typical port chaos. Human error becomes impossible through technology's embrace. Viewed from above, colored containers create patterns resembling electronic circuitry boards. A 20-kilometer bridge connects this island facility to mainland operations. Tens of thousands of containers transit daily, each one moving with rhythmic precision toward its destined location. This represents tomorrow's shipping reality happening today through technology and vision merging beautifully. Some places transcend simple destination description. Dulongjiang is exactly like that. Until 1999, the only path was a brutal mountain trail, rejecting human steps. Steep paths twist, like they actively refuse passage. Looking down makes forward motion feel impossible. Deeper than just remote, it's completely disconnected from world flow. Some seasons, snow piles so deep that people become isolated for half years. Movement stops, connection stops. Only heavy, deep silence remains. In a valley surrounded by 4,000-meter mountains, humans become extremely small. Then, daily worries disappear like they never existed. This place is not for seeing, it's for listening, understanding that Earth still breathes quietly. When art venues become artworks themselves, boundaries between observer and observed dissolve completely. Zaha Hadid designed this 115,000 square meter complex containing a 2,300-seat opera hall, a 1,500-seat concert hall, and multi-purpose spaces flowing beneath singular rooflines, creating harmony. Gentle forms blend seamlessly with adjacent Meiksi Lake without visible boundaries separating them. Walking through courtyards continuously shifts light and perspectives, revealing new beauty with each step taken. Opening in 2019, established it as Central China's premier cultural venue. After performances conclude, people linger. The building itself becomes the performance worth witnessing. 30 years passed. Taller buildings now surround it. Yet this tower remains the most authentic voice of Shanghai's origins and journey. When mountains create barriers, humans either circumvent them or penetrate while ascending valiantly. Yakang Expressway cuts through Sichuan Mountains for 240 kilometers, employing over 270 elevated bridges and 25 tunnels, with 40 kilometers total tunnel length. Step-designed gradients maintain gentle slopes. Combat against geography concluded in 2012 victoriously. A sky road through thick fog feels like floating above clouds constantly. Looking from windows, distinguishing road from sky, becomes impossible, creating magical experiences. Previously isolated regions finally connected to prosperity. One highway transformed lives completely, bringing hope and opportunity. Between grand mountains and raging rivers, Xiqing whispers quietly, like a forgotten secret. From far away, it looks like a giant mushroom growing from the Jinsha Canyon. The entire village sits on one giant stone shaped like a seal. Three sides drop straight down like walls. Below it, river water spirals. First moment here, time stops. No engine noise, no industrial smoke, just wind through rock and footsteps on ancient stone paths echoing through centuries. Complete safety and deep loneliness fill the same space. At Xiqing, they don't contradict each other. Across expansive ocean bridges, extend toward wind-filled spaces filled with possibility. Dalian-Jinghe Bay Bridge spans 6.8 kilometers, employing specialized underwater anchoring methods, providing permanent foundations. Elegant 490-meter cable-stay towers rise majestically above water. The structure was designed for 100-year durability against salt storms and time itself, representing human commitment to permanence. As vehicles traverse this span, ocean and coastline envelope travelers completely. The journey transforms into a landscape experience worth remembering forever. When practicality aligns identically with beauty, bridges transcend transportation, becoming pilgrimage destinations. An impossible road stretches above deep canyons, connecting impossible distances. Rui Bridge sits 140 meters above canyon depths, creating connection. 3 wavy glass decks connect like undulating waves, flowing endlessly onward. It draws inspiration from traditional Chinese scepter curves, symbolizing graceful life journeys. One of 3 decks remains completely transparent, revealing canyon bottoms far below, creating thrilling experiences. Commencing 2017, it opened September 2020 after 3 years of passionate construction, creating this transparent void above nothingness and possibility. Walking it, bodies decide between fear or wonder, instinctively making choices that define character. A mountain where the perpetual snow never disappears above it, even the concept of seasons becomes blurred. A place where even summer turns into winter is Yulong Snow Mountain. Even in midsummer, the snowfields shine dazzlingly white, and a biting cold pierces through clothing deep into the body. Sudden strong winds and blizzards instantly break one's balance and strip away the sense of direction. The spectacle created by the 13 peaks is absolute overwhelming beauty itself, but at the same time, every step serves as a reminder of the mountain's merciless, high-altitude nature. Located in Yunnan Province, Jade Dragon Snow Mountain allows visitors to ascend to an altitude of 4,506 meters via cable car, above which wooden steps lead up to the 4,680-meter observation deck. At this altitude, the air thins significantly, making even simple movements exhausting. Extreme cold does not prevent creating buildings of remarkable beauty and inspiration. Harbin Opera House resembles a giant snowdrift emerging from Earth, spanning 79,000 square meters in pure white. Its 1,600-seat main theater and 400-seat subsidiary theater were designed to withstand Harbin's brutal winters and heavy snowfall while maintaining breathtaking beauty and function. From certain angles, exterior curves merge with nearby frozen hills and rivers. Nature and human construction become indistinguishable, merging into unified beauty that transcends traditional categorization. Even in extreme climates, architecture harmonizes beautifully with nature. This building proved this principle, internationally inspiring architects worldwide. Among the emerald vastness, where mist and clouds converge, lie lands seemingly born from legendary tales. Welcome to a realm of immortal wonders, where the boundary between earth and sky dissolves away. Behold the towering cliffs, where masters of old carved colossal Buddha statues into the mountainside, their serene smiles enduring across centuries. Here, ancient architecture merges flawlessly with the austere yet enchanting force of nature. Each isolated summit is a temple, each pathway is a trial, and every perspective offers solace to the wandering soul. A journey beyond the limits of space, a destination to marvel at, revere, and rediscover yourself. Don't merely watch from behind a screen. Come, feel it. Let your heart resonate with this wonder. The realm of legends awaits your footsteps. A path that feels as though you are walking along the spine of a giant dinosaur. Stepping even 1 inch to the side turns the scenery instantly into terror. The red Danksia landform of Gao Yiling unfurls, drawing sharp ridges against a backdrop of blue lakes and rivers. Some sections are less than 1 meter wide, with steep cliffs plunging down into deep valleys on either side. When morning dew or rain falls, the sandstone surface turns slippery in an instant, and with few protective railings, even a tiny misstep summons intense anxiety. The terrain left in its natural state allows no buffer zone whatsoever between human and landscape. The scenery created by the layers of red rock and emerald water is unrealistically beautiful, yet it is precisely because of that beauty that Gao Yiling becomes an even more thrilling, unforgettable stage for adventure. The very steps that the emperor climbed to speak directly with heaven still lead unchanged to the summit today. Mount Tai in Shandong Province is a mountain where approximately 7,200 stone steps soar endlessly upward, making the climb itself feel like a ritual. Some sections are nearly vertical, requiring the use of both hands and feet, and as the altitude rises, stamina depletes rapidly, leaving only pure willpower. Upon the exposed ridges, strong winds and rapidly changing weather pose a constant threat. In the winter, at -20 degrees Celsius, even the breath you exhale freezes instantly in a harsh display. Having tested the footsteps of pilgrims and emperors for over 2,000 years, this mountain still asks today, just how far can the human body and mind endure? A colossal stone Buddha gazing down at the river. That gaze has faced the exact same direction for over 1,000 years. Located in Leshan, Sichuan province, the giant Buddha is the largest stone Buddha in the world, standing at 71 meters tall. Construction began in the year 713 during the Tang dynasty and took approximately 90 years to complete. Depicting Maitreya, the future Buddha, this immense sculpture was carved out of an earnest desire to calm the treacherous waters where the Min River, Dadu River, and Qingyi River converge. The width of a single foot alone is about 8.5 meters, boasting a scale large enough for dozens of people to sit upon simultaneously. A sophisticated drainage structure is designed inside the Buddha statue, allowing it to withstand weathering and erosion throughout the long passage of time. In 1996, the Leshan Giant Buddha and the Mount Emei Scenic Area were listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and this colossal sculpture quietly proves how human faith and patience can overcome the flow of time. Known as the Scar of the Earth, the Dushanzi Grand Canyon is a colossal ravine where overwhelming beauty and imminent danger coexist without separating for a single moment. The Dushanzi Grand Canyon in Xinjiang is a place where sharp, unstable cliffs can collapse without warning. Normal climbing is strictly prohibited, yet visitors walking across the glass bridge built above look down into the endless abyss beneath their feet. A giant swing hurls humans out over the empty void, and locals perform high-wire tightrope acts without any safety nets. The porous rock beneath your feet could crumble at any moment. This canyon turns every visitor into a true adrenaline junkie. The feeling that a river is alive at Tiger Leaping Gorge, that is not a metaphor, but a reality. Located in Yunnan province, Tiger Leaping Gorge is a canyon created as the Jinsha River forcefully carves its way through two massive snow-capped mountain ranges, with its narrowest point measuring a mere 30 meters wide. Through this narrow gap, an immense volume of water surges down, crushing rocks and swallowing all obstacles with relentless pressure and speed. A deafening roar echoes continuously throughout the canyon. The sound of the water is not merely a sound of nature, but feels like a primal roar created by the mountain and the river colliding into one another. Standing on the cliff, the vibration wraps around your body before your eyes can even take it in, forcing you to physically experience just how overwhelming the power of nature truly is. Tiger Leaping Gorge is a place where you do not just see the power of nature with your eyes, but feel it in your bones. Temples float above the clouds, and beneath them, nothing but an abyss of unknown depth unfolds. Mount Fanjing in Guizhou province is the highest peak of the Wuling mountain range, reaching an altitude of 2,570 meters, well known for the two temples built atop the Red Cloud's golden summit. These temples sit side by side on a narrow near-vertical rock pillar, reachable only by climbing thousands of cliffside steps. Upon reaching the summit, the clouds flow beneath your feet, creating a landscape where the temples appear to float in the void like islands separated from the heavens. Mount Fanjing is home to over 2,000 species of plants and rare wildlife, holding a history of accumulated nature and faith as a Buddhist sanctuary since the Tang dynasty. This mountain, where ecology and religion blend together amidst the fog, is a space of absolute preservation born out of isolation. A place where clouds erase the shapes of mountains and the wind swallows even the memory of the path. At Huangshan, nature becomes a barrier rather than a scenery. Standing at an altitude of 1,864 meters, Mount Huangshan is made of sharp ridges and endlessly continuing stone steps, making every single step feel like an immediate test. Sudden thick fog and powerful winds instantly turn the path into a slippery and uncertain space, and in some sections you must move along ridges where both sides are vertical precipices. At the edge of that cliff stands the guest-greeting pine. Looking as though it has guarded that spot for thousands of years, it welcomes the sea of clouds. The sunrise viewed from above the clouds, accompanied by a fear rising right up to your throat, is one of those rare moments where beauty triumphs over fear. Huangshan proves its reputation as China's most dangerous yet beautiful destination with every single step. Red sandstone carved over millions of years creates a colossal vertical landscape. Mount Jianglang in Jiangxi Province is a representative mountain of Dangxia landforms where three main peaks, Langfeng Lingfeng and Jifeng, soar to a height of approximately 580 meters. These peaks have long been passed down in connection with legendary heroes, recognizing the entire mountain as a space where nature and myth overlap. The panorama unfolding as you climb along the ridges comes as the most powerful reward for hikers and travelers. With ancient inscriptions and cultural relics remaining in various spots, this grand rocky landscape transcends a simple natural landform to become a historical space where time and human memory are piled together. Designating this location as China's most hazardous mountain involves no hyperbole whatsoever. Huashan's Changkong plank passage consists of wooden planks barely 30 centimeters wide, suspended along a 2,000-plus meter cliff. Traversing this narrow pathway necessitates squeezing past oncoming traffic with nothing but infinite void beneath and beside. Sole attachment to existence derives from iron chains fixed to the precipice. The Kanglongling Ridge represents a sword-like protrusion less than 1 meter across, resembling a dragon's spine, with vertical abysses dropping from both flanks. Beifeng cliff steps get carved at nearly 90-degree angles, affording minimal space for foot placement. Huashan represents a mountain where each footfall becomes fear itself, perpetually examining human tension thresholds. Having previously functioned as a center for martial arts culture and traditional regional heritage in Guangdong, this mountain is a unique place where geological formation, religious faith, and local culture overlap. Spanning 93 miles with 72 peaks, continuing along this is the southern anchor and the most elegant peak among China's 5 great mountains. Located in Hunan Province, Mount Heng of Nanyue is evaluated as a particularly beautiful peak among the 5 great mountains, with its highest summit reaching approximately 1,300 meters above sea level. At its core, the Grand Nanyue Temple has resided for centuries, forming the spiritual axis of the entire mountain. As a rare space where Taoism and Buddhism coexist, numerous temples, monasteries, and shrines are spread across the mountain. Most of the terrain is blanketed by dense forests, making it a nature reserve holding high ecological value. A trail reputedly terrifies even primates. Humans encounter no exemption whatsoever upon this suspended passage. Yanmenguan's treacherous segment isn't standard hiking terrain. It constitutes a pathway where participants travel suspended hundreds of meters above vertical drops. Traversing certain sections demands dependence upon hand-carved grooves, 15-centimeter wide crevices, and cables exclusively. The design permits exclusively unidirectional passage with no reversal opportunity, tolerating zero hesitation. Admission requires pre-entry blood pressure evaluation and liability waivers. Every condition presupposes this pathway's extreme jeopardy. With every step, it transcends mere travel. It becomes selection, hovering upon death's precipice. Yanmenguan embodies primordial terror, incarnate among China's most extreme experiences. The mountain where the figure said to have started Taoism is known to have resided. Located in Henan Province, Mount Laojian is known as the mountain where Laozi, the founder of Taoism, practiced self-cultivation, forming a part of the Funyu mountain range, reaching 2,254 meters above sea level. At the summit sits a golden temple restored with modern technology, but based on ancient traditions, functioning as a symbolic space to honor Laozi. The entire mountain is surrounded by colossal granite cliffs and forests that change colors according to the 4 seasons. Here, pilgrims following the teachings of Taoism and travelers who came to witness the grand nature crosspaths on the exact same trail. Mount Laojun is a mountain where faith, landscape, and time coexist within a single space. Between opposing cliffs, an aerial passage has been positioned. That passage evaluates your fortitude. Hunan's Zhangjiajie glass structure connects enormous cliff formations traversing deep canyons without central supporting pillars. Transparent glass panels reveal the canyon's hundreds of meter depths unfiltered. Fog obscures the distinction separating earth and atmosphere, inducing the illusion of treading upon insubstantial air. Despite engineering guaranteeing simultaneous support for hundreds, human instinct continuously screams warnings. Peering beneath glass transforms the crossing from mere attraction into psychological endurance, examination, where apprehension confronts bravery directly. A golden Buddha statue floats above the clouds. Beneath it, an endless sea of clouds flows. Located in Sichuan Province, Mount Imei stands at 3,099 meters above sea level, making it the highest peak among the 4 sacred mountains of Chinese Buddhism. Near the summit, a colossal golden statue of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva rises above the sea of clouds, and the mist flowing between the peaks makes the entire mountain look like a divine space. This view intuitively reveals why Mount Imei has been revered as a Buddhist sanctuary for thousands of years. Designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996, this location offers pilgrims climbing the thousands of steep steps an experience that goes far beyond a simple mountain hike. The moment the boundary between religion and nature blurs, people forget even what it is they are experiencing. Mount Emi is a mountain where the grandeur of nature and spiritual faith completely overlap into one. A mountain where the perpetual snow never disappears above it, even the concept of seasons becomes blurred. A place where even summer turns into winter is Yulong Snow Mountain. Located in Yunnan Province, Jade Dragon Snow Mountain allows visitors to ascend to an altitude of 4,506 meters via cable car, above which wooden steps lead up to the 4,680-meter observation deck. At this altitude, the air thins significantly, making even simple movements exhausting. Even in midsummer, the snowfields shine dazzlingly white, and a biting cold pierces through clothing deep into the body. Sudden strong winds and blizzards instantly break one's balance and strip away the sense of direction. The spectacle created by the 13 peaks is absolute overwhelming beauty itself, but at the same time, every step serves as a reminder of the mountain's merciless, high-altitude nature. Designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999, this location is evaluated as a marvel not only for the artistic works themselves, but for the very way they have withstood the test of time. Upon a mountain left behind by a volcano, the Goddess of Mercy stands quietly. Mount Shishan in Guangdong Province is a volcanic terrain mountain standing at 458 meters above sea level, harboring 72 peaks and numerous caves formed by ancient volcanic activity. The most overwhelming presence here is the Guanyin statue of the South Sea, reaching approximately 60 meters in height, standing as one of the preeminent large-scale Buddhist sculptures in China. Waterfalls, lakes, and dense forests harmonize across the mountain to form a natural landscape, while simultaneously serving as a space that draws both pilgrims and tourists alike. Within a landscape as beautiful as a fairy tale, a ruthless face that can swallow a life in a single momentary mistake lies hidden. In the winter, at Mount Sigunyang's Shuangqiao Valley, over 100 waterfalls freeze over, hanging from the cliffs like crystal ribbons, hundreds of meters high. Ice climbers attack this vertical wall of ice with axes and crampons, where the extreme cold and slippery surface link every single movement directly to death. Tons of ice blocks can drop without warning with even the slightest shift in temperature. The beauty of this mountain steals your breath away, but death hides within every shadow. The feeling of being completely overwhelmed yet utterly exposed, that is the sensation Mount Sigunyang delivers. A palace built in the place closest to the sky, its very existence is the icon of the plateau. Located in Lhasa, Tibet, the Potala Palace is a representative palace structure built on a high-altitude terrain of approximately 3,700 meters above sea level, initially constructed in the 7th century and massively expanded in the 17th century. Having served as the winter residence of the Dalai Lama for a long duration, it simultaneously carried out the roles of the center for Tibetan Buddhism and politics. The palace consists of over 1,000 rooms containing shrines, assembly halls, and the tombs of past Dalai Lamas altogether. The White Palace handles administrative functions, while the Red Palace is structured to handle religious functions. The massive 13-story structure precisely combines stone and wood, engineered to withstand the harsh alpine environment. Thousands of murals, Buddha statues and scriptures are preserved inside, and it was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. There is a moment when the Yellow River, the cradle of civilization, unleashes its most primal nature. Its name is Huku Waterfall. At Huku Waterfall in Shaanxi Province, the Yellow River, which used to be about 300 meters wide, is instantly compressed into a gorge of just over 20 meters, causing the immense water pressure to explode and pour down into a single point. The massive whirlpools and yellowish-brown water spray formed at that moment completely engulf the surroundings, erasing one's vision. Standing by the riverbank, the ground becomes wet and slippery from the water mist, and the roaring sound echoes violently enough to make you lose your sense of direction. During the flood season, the water level rises so rapidly that even safety installations find themselves completely powerless. Here, the Yellow River is no longer a symbol of civilization, but exists as the explosive, untamed force of nature itself. A place where an entire island floating upon the sea has become a sanctuary. Mount Putuo is a location that takes the very shape of a prayer. Located in the East China Sea of Zhejiang Province, Mount Putuo is one of the 4 sacred mountains of Chinese Buddhism, serving as the iconic sanctuary dedicated to Guanyin Bodhisattva, the goddess of mercy. Reachable only by taking a ferry from Ningbo, this island houses over 30 temples, including Puji Temple, which traces its roots back to the Tang dynasty. Millions of pilgrims visit here annually, offering prayers to Guanyin Bodhisattva, the symbol of compassion and salvation. While the entire island is saturated with religious meaning, it simultaneously embraces a rare natural landscape where the sea and beaches coexist. Mount Putuo, where the serenity of temples and the movement of waves reside in the same space, is one of the places where religion and nature meet in perfect harmony. On a clear day, this island floating on the sea looks like a single prayer in itself. There is a moment when the river defies its flow and the ocean swallows the river backward. That is the Qiantang River tidal bore. The Qiantang River in Zhejiang Province is famous for the world's most massive tidal bore phenomenon. The peaceful river water is suddenly flipped by a colossal force, instantly forming a wall of water as tall as a 3-story building. It is not a mere wave, but a massive surge resembling a silver dragon racing backward up the river. This immense tide surges ruthlessly toward the riverbanks, exerting enough force to snap trees and shake vehicles. Extreme surfers ride this sediment-filled monster wave for dozens of kilometers. The T-shaped waves created by intersecting currents are unbelievably majestic, but a single mistake, and the river swallows you whole. The Qiantang River tidal bore is one of the most thrilling and feared natural shows on Earth. The road toward the roof of the world is at the same time a path laid out upon the most unforgiving conditions on Earth. The Karakoram Highway is a high-altitude international road connecting China and Pakistan, threading through extreme elevations and narrow canyon terrains. The road twists and turns continuously along cliffs flanked by a vertical precipice on one side and a colossal rock wall standing guard on the other. This section is permanently exposed to the dangers of landslides and falling rocks, and the weather changes drastically without warning, with blizzards and torrential rains shutting down the road in an instant. The Karakoram Highway is not a simple transit route. It is an extreme passage where scenery and peril exist concurrently, at every moment remaining one of the most beautiful yet deadly roads on the planet. It is a place where nature did not merely create a mountain, but directly painted it with colors and set sharp blades upon it. The Jiangye Dangxia landform in Gansu province is an unrealistic landscape created by layers of red sandstone, making you question reality from the very first glance. The vivid red rock beds soar sharply toward the sky, and in some sections, ridges less than 1 meter wide drop straight down into deep valleys along 80-degree cliffs on both sides. Even a little rain makes the sandstone surface slippery, effectively transforming it into a natural slide, and with almost no railings in the most exposed sections, a single momentary slip leads directly to a fall. This geography's splendor correlates directly with peril. Jiangye Dangxia most directly demonstrates how magnificence inherently threatens. If the road before your eyes disappeared into the water, would you keep driving? The Yongwu submerged road in Jiangxi province creates a unique spectacle every year during the early summer rainy season. When water levels rise due to heavy downpours, parts of the road are submerged, forcing drivers to travel over a path they cannot see. When the water level rises even higher, the entire road becomes completely submerged, temporarily isolating surrounding villages like islands. It is a moment when an ordinary road completely transforms into a different entity before the power of nature. Outside the car window, endless water stretches out, while beneath your wheels, an invisible road continues. That sensation feels less like driving and more like an experience of moving forward by trusting a path you cannot see. The Yongwu submerged road is one of the most unique driving landscapes in Asia, where beauty and tension flow together. There are bridges that simply let you cross a river, but this bridge gives you the sensation of driving directly upon the water. Unlike conventional bridges, the Shiziguan floating bridge in Hubei province sits atop a massive buoyant structure without any bridge piers. The entire wooden deck floats upon the water's surface, causing the bridge to minutely sway and ripple whenever a vehicle passes over. The width is only about 4.5 meters, barely allowing a single car to pass through, and the moment a car appears from the opposite side, the driver's tension heightens further. To minimize the swaying of the bridge, the speed limit is strictly enforced. While gliding just above the water's surface, the driver experiences a sensation completely different from the norm. The boundary between road and water blurs, and focus narrows down to every tiny vibration. The Shiziguan floating bridge is not just a path to cross a river. It is one of the most unique driving experiences, compressing tension and thrill into a short distance. Although superficially resembling a peaceful oasis, this location progressively reveals nature's menacing, authentic personality upon closer approach. Situated within Xinjiang's desert interior, Ekan Spring manifests as a mysterious surge, rising solitary amid desolation. However, the water harbors formidable mineral components and gaseous substances emitting distinctive odors. Concealed beneath surface terrain rest profound mud entrapments. Ground appearing solid ruptures instantaneously. Extended proximity to the spring induces dizziness or discomfort via potent gases. Ekan exemplifies a locale where wilderness hazards coexist with enchanting scenery. This represents one of Xinjiang's most singular destinations, demonstrating how seemingly peaceful nature can abruptly reveal its ferocious alternative personality. Beyond the splendor of ancient cities and the relentless march of modern civilization lies another China, one that remains defiantly wild, perpetually unpredictable, and fundamentally unchanged by human ambition. Turn westward, and scorching deserts stretch endlessly, their golden dunes meeting cloud-shrouded frozen plateaus. The air grows so thin that breathing becomes struggle, each step an act of will against an environment actively resisting human presence. Yet venture southward, and nature transforms. Dense primeval forests sprawl across steep, unforgiving terrain, vertical cliffs defining the landscape. These barriers created isolated ecosystems, preserves of Earth's most extraordinary and peculiar biodiversity, untouched by civilization. This is the true face of China, wild and diverse, strangely beautiful, wrapped in perpetual mystery. These dormant lands await explorers brave enough to venture into nature's deepest chambers and listen to wilderness speak its ancient language. If landscapes truly existed somewhere at world's end, perhaps they would contain moments where sky and earth boundaries blur indistinguishably. Above silent Earth, accumulated over time, nature sculpts strange and majestic forms as though creating another world. There, familiar reality standards gradually crumble, causing observers to forget exactly where they stand. To find Pandora's original form, one must venture into Zhangjiajie's fog-shrouded stone maze, where mystery seems more real than reality itself. Over millions of years, rain and erosion carved a connected sandstone mountain range into over 3,000 giant stone pillars rising above forested valleys. This region remains covered by thick fog over 200 days yearly, causing the lower portions of pillars to vanish, making entire landscapes appear suspended in sky. Ancient pines growing on nearly 90-degree cliffs anchor themselves in narrow rock fissures, creating ecosystems floating above ground level through remarkable adaptation. This mountainous region gained fame for bizarre rock formations and sea of clouds, creating surreal, breathtaking scenery, where unique ecology, shaped by natural forces, fascinates visitors throughout their journey. Huangshan holds landscapes wild and unreal that inspired the floating islands of Pandora in Avatar, proving nature's creative imagination surpasses human fantasy. More than 70 massive granite peaks thrust skyward almost perpendicularly, with many cliffs so steep that human access becomes nearly impossible without specialized equipment. Ancient pines growing on steep slopes secrete acidic substances to break through the rock, twisting roots deep into cliff crevices to withstand millennia of blizzards, a survival strategy refined over thousands of years. Despite this harsh terrain, over 1,800 plant species flourish here, with rhododendron clusters flowering across grey rock, particularly impressive during blooming season. Conquering Huangshan demands visitors grasp cold iron chains and climb 60,000 stone steps cut directly into mountainsides, with each step following the edge of vertical cliffs. Every movement becomes a physical challenge between clouds and granite and deep chasms, transforming the ascent into an experience that tests both body and spirit. Vast grasslands stretch endlessly, where nature and nomadic cultures breathe together in harmony, shifting their appearance dramatically with each passing season while creating a massive ecosystem. Across more than 100,000 square kilometers of these endless plains, few natural barriers interrupt the horizon. Rough grass belts stretch continuously, creating an unobstructed expanse that seems to touch the sky itself. Winding rivers and streams cross the plains, carving out wetlands where vegetation grows particularly lush during warmer seasons, creating pockets of fertility within the broader landscape. Millions of sheep and horses follow the direction where grass grows, maintaining the rhythm of nomadic life that has persisted for centuries. Yet when winter descends on Inner Mongolia, temperatures in Ulaanbaatar plummet to -50 degrees Celsius, transforming the entire grassland into harsh, frozen tundra. Located near where China, Russia, and Mongolia meet, many nomadic families still live inside traditional gyrs, while yaks serve as essential transportation across the plains, despite the challenging environment. Domesticated yaks differ markedly from their wild cousins, smaller, gentler, and largely controlled by human hands. Wild yaks possess strong territorial instincts, capable of charging anything that breaches their safety distance, whether human, vehicle, or animal. During breeding season between July and September, male yaks become extremely aggressive, engaging in fierce battles to control female herds through sheer physical dominance. The contrast between peaceful domestic yak herds and massive aggressive wild yaks represents one of the unique survival scenes within the northern grassland ecosystem's intricate balance. Spread across vast desert expanses lie rare and mysterious natural landscapes where life persists despite harsh conditions, creating special places famous for unique ecological balance shaped over millennia. The Dinahuyang poplar forest ranks among Earth's rarest wild poplar stands, possessing a life cycle called the immortality of 3,000 years. These trees live for 1,000 years without dying, stand for another 1,000 years after death, and remain rooted for a final 1,000 years after falling, a remarkable testament to nature's persistence. Amid sandstorms, arid soil, and year-round drought, this forest transforms into golden flames for only 3 weeks during autumn, creating a spectacle of color before returning to its ordinary state. Within regions called ghost forests, tens of thousands of dead stems twist skyward, their sharp branches reaching toward desert skies like skeletal fingers. To survive, these trees drive roots dozens of meters deep into the earth to absorb mineral-rich water, then discharge remaining salt through their harsh bark as white traces. Between golden leaves and dry sand, Bactrian camels and desert goats nibble at dry branches, continuing their survival in this extreme environment. As quiet night descends, the world reveals a completely different face, transforming familiar landscapes into something mysterious and unknown. Within darkness, the sea moves gently, as if catching its breath, while its surface carries unexplainable, mysterious energy. Nature seems to gradually unveil secrets hidden for eons, as coastal scenery blurs the boundary between reality and imagination. Pingtan Island represents one of few places in China where nighttime ocean suddenly illuminates like a giant neon blue galaxy along the coastline, creating an otherworldly phenomenon. This occurs when billions of bioluminescent plankton cover tens of kilometers of seawater with cold blue light. During rough nights, waves crash against cliffs with greater force, throwing glowing droplets into the darkness like sparks from fire. Behind this surreal beauty lies actual survival mechanism, one of nature's most elegant solutions to predator threats. This light emerges to confuse or chase away underwater predators. Simply walking across wet sand or tossing small stones into the sea causes water to flash immediately at impact points, creating instant illumination from darkness. When glowing organisms wash onto dry sand, they shine for mere seconds before completely disappearing, leaving visitors to question whether they actually witnessed anything at all. Spaces barely touched by human footprints reveal stronger presence through their emptiness. Across endless plateaus, wind erases all sound, while time flows slowly as though suspended, creating a world where humans must adapt to nature's rules rather than nature accommodating human presence. This is not a peaceful nature reserve where humans are welcomed. This represents a world demanding human adaptation to natural law. Forget peaceful protected areas. Kekexili ranks as Earth's third largest uninhabited region, possessing a harsh beauty few dare enter. Across more than 45,000 square kilometers, permanent residents, a virtually non-existent climate, altitude, and terrain all reject long-term settlement. The entire region is surrounded by cold, grey Kunlun mountains, creating natural boundaries between this plateau and the outside world. Due to climate warming, many of Kekexili's saltwater lakes are expanding slowly, consuming lower grasslands. Despite these harsh conditions, this remains essential habitat for Tibetan antelope, the emblematic migrating animal of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. During migration periods, massive pronghorn herds cross empty plateaus through freezing winds and thin air, representing one of Asia's largest wild animal migrations. Sometimes nature reveals its existence not through movement, but through accumulation. Materials, invisibly collected over long periods, eventually manifest as massive forms, becoming the language of new landscapes. Yunnan's Baishuitai holds China's record for largest exposed limestone travertine formation, creating a geological wonder recognized worldwide. Beneath Harbor Snow Mountain, within primeval forests, this appears as massive white rock formations jutting upward dramatically. From distance, it resembles frozen waterfalls on mountainsides, yet actually consists of calcium-rich groundwater continuously rising for approximately 300,000 years, depositing minerals layer upon layer. This mineral layer covers Earth's surface, making plant root growth difficult and creating distinct white zones separated from surrounding forests. Branches, grass roots, and small organisms falling into mineral water don't decompose normally, instead becoming preserved beneath new limestone layers. Within crevices, moss and algae attach to travertine, growing using minerals while adding color to white surfaces. Local Naxi people consider these natural limestone steps ancient models for agricultural terrace design. Within vast continental centers exists quiet boundaries where even seasonal changes penetrate reluctantly. Their thin, cold air flows while giant topography continues accumulating silence, reorganizing itself like living structures. Within scales, human senses struggle to comprehend. Entirely nature maintains its order while quietly transforming shape, demonstrating persistence through constant evolution. The Tian Shan Range stretches approximately 2,500 kilometers across Central Asian deserts, containing China's largest modern glacier system at its core. This ice realm contains seracs, ice mushrooms, and deep turquoise crevasses, creating cold mazes with almost no human traces. Below melting snow valleys, shrank spruce forests grow densely, with many stems reaching 40 to 50 meters height. Crossing high mountain rock zones, Ili Picas hide in rock crevices, storing dry grass to endure harsh climates. Summer brings Tibetan foxes actively hunting these small mammals across high plateaus. When winter covers Tian Shan with snow, red foxes become even more active, continuing predation on Ili Picas within cold valleys. Winter brings challenging conditions that test every adaptation. Survival becomes daily reality rather than romantic notion. Where rivers flow into seas, change always appears at boundaries. But certain places manifest this transformation. Uniquely flowing river water slows upon meeting land, quietly creating new topography and ecosystems. At Dongying's Yellow River mouth, you can observe ocean divided distinctly into yellow and blue sections, representing dramatic boundary between fresh water and salt water. This color boundary forms where the Yellow River carries enormous sediment quantities, meeting blue seawater at specific convergence points. As sediment annually creates new land, this region became one of China's youngest and continuously expanding deltas. During autumn, alkaloid compounds covering this young wetland surface turn deep red, creating magical coastal landscapes along shorelines. Additionally, this serves as habitat for over 10,000 migratory birds and crucial breeding ground for rare oriental storks. Rivers flowing towards seas always display distinct boundaries where change appears, yet certain locations manifest this transformation particularly impressively. The two-color water boundary image became Dongding's symbol, attracting tourists and photographers waiting hours to capture perfect moments. Where solid ground disappears entirely, transparent glass spans across voids. This bridge tests human courage through removing all visible safety illusions. Standing here, brains transmit disbelief signals rather than fear. Accepting this visual reality as genuine becomes neurologically impossible initially. Avatar's Pandora background mountains surround this 430-meter glass bridge spanning between two cliffs, constructed from 99 triple-reinforced glass panels, proven resistant to automobile passage and hammer impacts. Overcoming footside terror requires upward gaze, scanning surrounding mountain silhouettes until panoramic majesty overwhelms petty fears beneath glass. When landscape grandeur supersedes terror, heights transform from threatening into transcendent, becoming meditation rather than torture. An impossible road stretches above deep canyons, connecting impossible distances. Rui Bridge sits 140 meters above canyon depths, creating connection. 3 wavy glass decks connect like undulating waves, flowing endlessly onward. It draws inspiration from traditional Chinese scepter curves, symbolizing graceful life journeys. One of 3 decks remains completely transparent, revealing canyon bottoms far below, creating thrilling experiences. Commencing 2017, it opened September 2020 after 3 years of passionate construction, creating this transparent void above nothingness and possibility. Walking it, bodies decide between fear or wonder, instinctively making choices that define character. When nature carves Earth vertically, humans sometimes insert highways within that vertical void bridge. Pilings rising 182 meters create visceral emptiness comprehension beneath vehicles. Engineering teams addressed mountainous complexity through spiral road wrapping within mountain interiors, emerging from tunnels into completely transformed cloud layers. Despite formidable geological challenges and seismic dangers, this highway embodies poetic beauty. Poetry emerges accidentally when engineering and nature collide unexpectedly. Bridge trembling slightly sends shivers through passengers. Yet afterward comes mysterious exhilaration, sudden chest-opening liberation, cascading through awareness. This highway proves that technical achievement, coupled with environmental respect, sometimes births unexpected grace. Driving through becomes meditation on human capacity for creating beauty within constraints, rather than despite them. Across expansive ocean bridges extend toward wind-filled spaces filled with possibility. Dalian-Jinghe Bay Bridge spans 6.8 kilometers, employing specialized underwater anchoring methods, providing permanent foundations. Elegant 490-meter cable-stay towers rise majestically above water. The structure was designed for 100-year durability against salt storms and time itself, representing human commitment to permanence. As vehicles traverse this span ocean and coastline envelope travelers completely, the journey transforms into a landscape experience worth remembering forever. When practicality aligns identically with beauty, bridges transcend transportation, becoming pilgrimage destinations. When monsoon seasons arrive, boundaries between earth and water dissolve nature, reclaiming roadways by submerging them beneath lakes. This represents no disaster, but deliberate landscape where engineering and nature coordinate rather than conflict. Waves surge against front windshields, while blue ripples replace lane markings, stretching infinitely across horizons, an intentional phenomenon rather than catastrophe, as China's largest freshwater lake annually rises above road level. When water levels exceed 18.6 meters, highways vanish and drivers transform instantaneously into sailors' white marker buoys, become sole compasses distinguishing submerged roads from lake bottoms. Slight steering adjustments convert leisurely drives into swimming lessons, delivering simultaneous fear and exhilaration, the honest gift this remarkable road bestows upon travelers. Horizons merge indistinguishably, with roadways momentarily dissolving driver identities into ambiguity, remaining uncertain whether navigating or sailing becomes the experience's greatest appeal. This phenomenon represents nature's poetry. When infrastructure meets seasonal transformation, conventional reality temporarily suspends itself. Certain stretches of water exist too vast for ordinary crossing. They demand architectural courage and innovation. The Hangzhou Bay Bridge stretches an impressive 36 kilometers, claiming the title of world's longest sea bridge upon completion. The S-shaped design represents pure engineering genius, not mere aesthetics. Curved roads maintain driver alertness better than straight ones ever could, keeping consciousness and attention alive throughout the journey. Massive tidal waves reaching 8 meters frequently crash against bridge supports, yet the structure holds firm. Engineers drove steel pilings 80 meters deep into the seabed, anchoring this vision permanently. An artificial island at the bridge's midpoint offers travelers a place to pause and contemplate the boundless ocean. Travel time collapsed from 4 hours into just 2. This $1.5 billion achievement literally rewrote the map, proving that engineering genuinely reshapes human geography and destiny. Beyond 4,000 meters altitude, humans somehow inscribed one of Earth's most audacious highways into mountainsides from above. This resembles confused architecture's scribbling rather than genuine road infrastructure. Within 30 kilometers, 600 curves interweave densely, while extreme altitude renders air desperately thin, and wind howls piercingly through window crevices, guarding rail shadows, dropping precipitously into bottomless chasms. Upon reaching the dragger section, mountain faces become layered, with waves of curves completely filling vision, overwhelming any remaining sense of orientation or spatial awareness. After completing 100 curves, straight highway, memories blur indistinguishably consciousness, becoming unconscious hand movement, superseding deliberate steering. Beyond 300 curves, driving transforms from technical skill into internal battle testing, drivers' psychological resilience rather than mechanical proficiency. This highway teaches that mountain conquest requires surrendering to rhythm, accepting curves' inevitable dominance rather than imposing individual will. Crossing water has always represented humanity's greatest engineering challenge. This magnificent bridge spans 55 kilometers across the South China Sea, one of mankind's most audacious maritime structures. The project consumed 420,000 tons of steel, enough to construct 60 Eiffel Towers. Engineers designed this extraordinary structure to endure for 120 years, standing resolute against the relentless forces of nature. It can withstand direct collision from 300-ton cargo ships. Cable towers, submarine tunnels, and artificial islands function as one unified, sophisticated system. This engineering marvel reduced what once took hours into a mere 45-minute journey, reconnecting millions of lives. 9 years of determined construction culminated in 2018 when 3 cities became unified as one. China demonstrated to the world what large-scale visionary thinking truly accomplishes. Beyond Southern Hemisphere's extremity, thousands-year-old organisms illuminate entire coastlines with flames approaching, reveals this isn't fire, but symbiotic flora radiance. From distance, coastlines appear consumed by infernos. Proximity reveals orange-flaming photosynthetic partnerships with ancient rocks. Beneath orange flames, ocean transparency allows individual sand granules visibility. From surface color spectrum extremity appears deliberately arranged. Standing before this vista creates interplanetary shore, perception, fire, and ice coexist, impossibly proving nature manifests audacious artistry without verbal proclamation. This environment transcends Earth-standard beauty. Alternate planetary landscapes seem less alien than this arrangement. Fire's Bay demonstrates natural boldness, exceeding human imagination consistently. The violent ocean presents a paradox. Its powerful waves harbor infinite and courageous renewable energy within. Hundreds of white turbines now stand majestically across the East China Sea, rotating steadily above the waves. Each blade measures 170 meters in length. Imagine structures so vast, they harvest the ocean winds slowly but powerfully, converting nature's fury into precious electricity for millions. Massive steel foundations drive deep into ocean floors, standing completely unmoved against storms and surging tides. This single wind farm supplies electricity to over 1 million households annually, while reducing carbon emissions by millions upon millions of tons, a victory for both people and planet. The ocean no longer represents merely an obstacle for development. For China, the ocean has become a fertile energy field, brimming with limitless potential, waiting to be responsibly harvested. Beneath Mediterranean sunlight stands a village where stone accumulated for centuries without mortar or cement, entirely dependent upon weight and gravitational balance for structural integrity. Aerial observation reveals hundreds of conical roofs clustering into cryptic honeycomb arrangements, initially confusing whether inhabitants are humans or storybook characters. Most shocking revelation buildings assembled entirely without adhesive, simply stacking limestone panels through manual labor sustained across centuries. Weathered roofing displays mysterious white patterns resembling constellations or ancient script painted specifically for summoning fortune while repelling malevolent forces. Hundreds of years' prayers subtly respire throughout narrow alleys. Between stones, faith literally permeates architecture. Alberobello demonstrates enduring beauty emanating from materials, honest stacking proving permanence doesn't require modern adhesives. Some places transcend simple destination description. Dulongjiang is exactly like that. Until 1999, the only path was a brutal mountain trail rejecting human steps. Steep paths twist, like they actively refuse passage. Looking down makes forward motion feel impossible. Deeper than just remote, it's completely disconnected from world flow. Some seasons, snow piles so deep that people become isolated for half years. Movement stops, connection stops, only heavy, deep silence remains. In a valley surrounded by 4,000-meter mountains, humans become extremely small. Then, daily worries disappear like they never existed. This place is not for seeing, it's for listening, understanding that Earth still breathes quietly.